The poll conducted on 1,000 respondents of middle-income bracket and living in major urban cities in Kenya reveals that though 6 out of every 10 Kenyans will take a loan for investment purposes, they still decry high interest rates charged by banks on loan facilities.
We asked, would you consider taking a loan from any of the commercial banks that currently exist? And 60% said they would consider taking a loan, but 40% said they would not. And of course they would not because there are barriers that they feel exist that would, be an impediment to them getting the loan. When we asked them about interest rates on lending, then they actually mentioned various numbers. Many of them felt that, the interest rate currently is way over 15%. That was mentioned by almost half of the respondents that we talked to. But there were also those who are not very clear on the interest rates. All they know is that the interest rates are not commensurate with that which they expect the interest rates to be.
This comes even as Consumer Federation of Kenya is threatening to seek legal redress over commercial banks' lack of proper disclosures to the customer over fine prints on loan contracts.
The disclosure requirements, not just for the Constitution, but also between relationship between banks and customers, require that you are not forced to sign between the fine prints, but to understand exactly the implications of, say, taking a loan at a specific interest rate, isn't it? That then puts you in a more informed position.
COFEK is further criticizing the Kenya Bankers Association and the Monetary Policy Committee, the arm of central bank that takes decisions on lending rates, for shunning any attempts for dialogue.
You call them for a meeting like this, they'll tell you they don't want to come. Why is it that anybody doing a clean business will not want to defend it in public? And that is where our pain is. Why is it that anybody doesn't want to really defend it?
The Kenya Bankers Association, as you remember, they were trying to rebrand themselves last week, and they came out with quite a number of issues which will provide a more robust engagement between them and the bank customers. But for this meeting, they declined to attend.
Despite clear signals from the Central Bank of Kenya on the direction interest rates should take in the market, commercial banks have been slow to respond. Weeks after CBK announced capping of rates from 18% to 16.5%, only a few banks have shown compliance.
Even as we talk about those banks that have adjusted their interest rates, the truth on the ground is that there are banks that are still charging customers well above 26%. And the arguments are as follows. One, these loans were taken some months or weeks back, and therefore they are not necessarily affected by the current CBR adjustments.
Solomon Were, GBS News.